Alright, hey guys, it's Marble CCG back in the video. With this video, I'm going to be doing a Traptrix deck profile, and this is post-structure deck. So I decided to run 3 copies of Murmillo. Murmillo is still really good, it's just able to search out a whole normal trap from your deck to your hand. And when it's special summon, it's actually able to destroy a spell or trap. It's still a really good card to run 3 copies of, and there's a lot of combos that actually center around this card, so definitely worth running 3. 2 Mantis. Mantis is great, it's your search, your monster search, and it's able to just like bounce back one of your set cards. It helps protect it, but also in case it's going to get banished from one of your Traptrix monsters effects, it lets you protect that. Decided 2 copies is fine. I played around with 3 a good amount, and I think 2 copies is just good enough. 3 Arachnocampa. So Arachnocampa is really solid just because it does let you special summon itself out of the hand. And I'm going to show you guys a combo using this card. It's a simple 1-card combo using Mantis and this card. And yeah, this is definitely worth running 3 just because it's able to special summon itself out and make it easy for you to continue link summoning or go into your Exceed. Then I run 3 copies of Pudica. So the reason for this is that the field spout is really good and searching that out is great, but then also special summoning it during your opponent's turn gives you another form of interaction by banishing one of their monsters. Even though it's temporary, it's still a great way to just slow them down. And then 1 copy of Vesicula. So Vesicula is great. You know, you can send 1 set trap card you control to grave and special summon this card from your hand. So it gives you another option to special summon a monster from your hand, but obviously it's going to require you to send a normal trap card, so that means it's going to add more to the combo requirements. I think it's just a great one up here. And then here we have 1 copy of Dionea. So Dionea is solid, you know, being able to, when it's actually normal summon, you can go straight into like a rank 4 because you're able to target a Traptrix monster in your grave, special summon it. But when it's special summon, it lets you target a normal trap in your grave and set that target. So the great thing about this is that it's a solid target to get out, and there's a great way of actually using this to get a monster out by sending one of your traps to the grave because of the new hole card and then getting it back using Dionea. Then I run 3 copies of Dimension Shifter. This card is able to utilize it. I mean, this deck is able to utilize it really well. And yeah, it's still going to be really annoying for your opponents to deal with. So of course you got to run 3 copies of this. 3 Parallel Exceed. This is a really rank 4 heavy deck, and getting this card out with a solid Link 1 monster means that it's worth running, and I have a combo using this card as well. Then with the new Traptrix Garden, I decided to run 2 copies of it. It's great. It gives you another normal summon, and of course that's going to be really useful because, you know, Traptrix, a lot of them orient over they revolve around their normal summons, and being able to get another one is solid and also protects them, while banishing a monster you control lets you special summon a Traptrix monster from your hand or grave. So this just lets you continue your plays. This card gets you a lot of value, and that's why I run 3 copies of the Pudica as well. 3 Pot of Prosperity just lets you search out that 1 card you need, and yeah, since you have a lot of cards in the extra deck that you're not gonna be summoning all of them, you just have to pinpoint the ones you really need, maybe the extra copies of Sarah, and then from there search out what you really need from the main deck. Then 2 copies of Gravedigger's Trap Hole. This card's annoying. I remember going against it even before this update updated with new support, and yeah, still a really solid card to see at 2 copies here. 1 Floodgate Trap Hole, just being able to flip your opponent's monsters face down means that they're not able to actually use them, but it also blocks them from using those monster zones. Bottomless Trap Hole, it's a classic card that I think is still really powerful, and there's a lot of Traptrix monsters that are actually able to benefit from new banishing cards, so using this is I think still solid to run at a 1. Then we have Terrifying Trap Hole Nightmare. So this card is solid. Again, another way is just to banish a monster from your opponent's grave, and it lets you destroy something on the field. It's just another banished card to use, and it's a solid addition. Then we have 2 copies of Traptrix Holotea. So the great thing about this is that it's actually a monster trap card. So not only that, it's searchable. So it's a great way. You're going to see a good amount of combos that center around using this card. And yeah, it's just a solid addition to see here. 3 copies of the Phantom Knights of Shade Brigandine. This is a trap level 4 monster that you're able to get out, and it synergizes well with the Link 1. So 3 copies of it I think is really solid. 3 Imperm, because I think this personally, I guess same thing with the Evenly Match. I like running the 3 copies of each of these because they give you the ability to actually interact with your opponent if you happen to go second. The only thing about this deck is that it can struggle a lot to go second. So using something like Infinite Imperm and Evenly Match gives you a chance to actually break their board up a little bit or slow them down during their turn. So if you happen to go second, you're not completely screwed, and you can actually continue to play. And I think this is better to run over, like these 3 imperms and 3 evenly match are worth running, just so you have that protection during if you happen to be going second. So yeah, I think I prefer these type of traps. If you decide to just focus completely on going first, then you can change these cards out. But I think these cards are good at going first and good at going second. So they give you more chances to actually protect yourself if you happen to go second. Alright guys, before I go to the extra deck, if you guys are enjoying the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and check out the Patreon description down below. I'm also going to be doing a combo video for this video that's going to come out shortly after this. But yeah, let's get started here. So here I've run 3 copies of Traptrix. This card's just amazing. You're able to get so much value out of it. If you happen to activate a normal trap card, you can special summon a Traptrix monster from your deck with a different name from the cards you control. And then if you happen to have a Traptrix monster activate its effect, you can set a whole normal trap directly from your deck. So this card just gets you a lot of value. Definitely a great Link 1 as well. Adipus gives you the ability to actually finish your opponent during your turn. It beefs up all your Traptrix monsters, so it's a solid monster if you're actually planning to attack for game here. And then also, there's still a lot of earth monsters, and this being an earth deck, it's great to just be able to take things, and yeah, from there you can link climb. Then we have Traptrix Caleria, which is actually a solid addition, because if you happen to activate a whole normal trap, you can set it instead of sending it to the grave. And then during the end phase, you can target 1 Traptrix monster in your grave and then special summon it in defense position. So it gives you the ability to get more value from your Traptrix cards, but also it lets you get more value from your hold cards if you happen to use them. Instead of sending them to the grave, you can reuse them by setting them down. Then we have Access Kotaker, just a great way of destroying boards, since this deck is actually able to do, it actually has a good amount of offensive power, and this card helps with that. And then we have 1 copy of Traptrix Pinguicula. So this card just lets you add a Traptrix monster from your deck to your hand, and if a monster owned by your opponent is sent to the grave or banished by a card effect, you can attach one of the monsters to this card's material. And then this card, after you happen to do that, this card actually is protected by the activated effects of other monsters with the same type as this card's material. So of course the idea behind this is that you activate one of your cards here to punish one of your opponent's monsters, then you take it, and if they try to, hopefully they have a monster that's like centered, like a deck centered around the same monster type, then this card is protected from it. It's just a great 1 card to have here. Then 1 copy of Traptrix Alamaris. It's a great combo extender, but it's also a cool way to just steal a monster. It's a cool addition to have here. 1 copy of Traptrix Rafflesia. So Rafflesia is just a solid monster to get. It protects your Traptrix, and it protects your Traptrix by, makes it so that they can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, and they can't be targeted. But it also lets you activate a whole card from your deck. So having more whole cards here means that you have more opportunities to activate cards if the conditions are met for them. And then here we have Abyss Dweller, just a great way to punish your opponent's grave. Time Thief Redoer. We have a lot of monsters here, or trap cards that become monsters, so Time Thief is just a must-have here if it's a rank 4 deck. Of course, you need to include that. Zeus, because we have a lot of Exceed monsters. And then Baguska, just a solid addition. If you happen to get a bad hand, get this out. Be safe, just sit on it. Evil Swarm Excitionite, just a way of punishing your opponent's board. It's great, rank 4. And yeah, why not punish them if you have the ability to do so? And the side cards are cards that I considered and didn't end up running. So Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare, searchable Traptrix card. Again, I don't think this is really, it's super important though. And yeah, I don't think it's too good here. If you guys want to include it, just have another trap hole in here. It's a solid addition, but it didn't really work out for me. Traptrix Holotea, I think 2 copies is fine. I think 3 copies can be a little too much. And yeah, but you play around with that if you want. Goes in match. If you want to be annoying, then you can do that, because all of your Traptrix monsters are earth monsters. So yeah, just stick to earth if you want to do so. Lost Winds is kind of what I was talking about, where like this could take the position of the Imperm and actually halves attack and can get reoccurring value. But the thing is, if you're going second, this card isn't going to be as solid, while Imperm gets you value if you're going second by using it as a proper hand trap. Compose, a great way to bounce something back from the board to the hand. Decided it wasn't strong enough for me to include, but if you guys want to test it out, definitely do so. Ice Dragon's Prison, this is a solid card. but decided to just run like the evenly match instead. And then a third copy of Traptrix Mantis. I think this deck doesn't really need it, and I decided to remove this for the bottom list because I decided that a lot of these Exceed monsters benefit from banishing, and having another option to do so is great. And bottomless is still a solid card, even though it destroys, that sucks. It's still a really solid card that can punish a whole board if you use it at the right time. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you're going to stay tuned for the combos. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.